It started with small lies, working late, needing me time, going out with friends. I tried to trust her. I wanted to believe my wife, because trust is what holds a marriage together. But soon, the walls of her excuses began to crumble. One evening, I asked her casually, "Where are you headed?" She snapped, "Where I go is none of your business." Her tone was sharp, defensive, and filled with contempt. That was the night I knew something was deeply wrong. I didn't push it. Instead, I started paying attention. Her phone was always glued to her hand. Her passwords were suddenly changed. She turned away when texts came in. All the classic signs of betrayal. Then came the night that broke everything open. At 3 a.m., my phone rang. It wasn't her. It was a police officer. He said my wife had been in a car accident. My stomach dropped. When I got to the station, my heart wasn't just racing. It was shattering. She wasn't alone in the car. Another man had been with her. The officer said his name casually, but it was the first time I had heard it. To me, he was just the other man. They weren't badly injured, but the truth hit harder than any crash could. She had lied to me, snuck out in the middle of the night, and gotten caught, literally, with him beside her. When I walked into the holding area, her face went pale. "What are you doing here?" she asked, like I was the intruder. I almost laughed. "Your accident call came to me. That's what husbands are for, right?" Her silence was enough. She knew she was caught. She knew the lies had collapsed. But instead of apologizing, she muttered, "This isn't what it looks like." I didn't respond. I simply turned around and walked out. Over the next week, she tried to downplay everything. She swore it was a mistake, that she had been confused. But mistakes don't last for months. Mistakes don't show up at 3 a.m. in another man's car. So I started my own quiet revenge. I contacted a lawyer, gathered evidence, and built my case. Screenshots of messages, her late-night locations, even photos from that night. Piece by piece, I created a wall she couldn't climb over. When the time was right, I served her divorce papers. The look on her face was priceless. She thought I would scream, cry, beg. Instead, I calmly handed her the reality she created. She tried to fight it. She said I was overreacting. She said I didn't understand. But the judge saw the proof. Every late-night message, every lie, every betrayal. The court sided with me. And here's where the revenge part came full circle. The house, the one she thought she'd get to keep, was awarded to me. She had to move out within 30 days. Even better, that other man she risked everything for? He ghosted her once the divorce was finalized. She traded a marriage for a fling, and when it came crashing down, she was left with nothing. I rebuilt. I took care of myself, invested in my future, and surrounded myself with people who valued me. Meanwhile, she tried to crawl back, saying, "We can fix this." But broken glass doesn't go back together. I'll never forget her words. "Where I go is none of your business." She was right in a way. After the divorce, where she went truly wasn't my business. But the irony was, her choices became her downfall. The accident, the affair, the lies, it all led her exactly where she deserved to be. Alone. My business now is my own peace, my own healing, my own life. A life she no longer has any control over. Whenever I think back to that 3 a.m. phone call, I don't feel anger anymore. I feel gratitude. Because that was the night the truth came out. The night I stopped living in the dark. She thought she could play me, deceive me, and still come home to a loyal husband. Instead, she lost it all. That was my revenge. Quiet, legal, final. And the best part. I didn't have to raise my voice once. I just let her lies destroy her world, while I calmly built a better one without her. So in the end, she was right. Where she went wasn't my business. But where I went after she left, that became the sweetest part of the story. Because I walked straight into freedom, while she walked straight into regret.